you know him. He's Jackass. Do you remember? Remember when the congressman called him a jackass for asking him a basic follow-up question? Are you aware the Democrats aren't used to being challenged on their BS? And somebody did, and you see what happened? It was like pouring water on a robot. It was like, and I think it was at that point that was the turning point. And I was like, oh my God, I'm not the hacker. I think we're like out of harm's way. But he was still defiant, and like, I've got to find this person. I've got to find this person in Texas. I've got to find the parallel track. Well, everybody's fighting about the hacker, who hacked, what happened. I'm not going to allow for the country to be split like we were during Clinton-Lewinsky. I wasn't going to take a Pyrrhic victory where I could go to the Eagle Forum and take a victory lap when I know at the Daily Cost and at the Huffington Post they're claiming that I'm the hacker. That's what happened when we split the country during the impeachment, where we said we got the guy impeached, and their side gets to say, yeah, but he got to stay in office. They didn't kick him out. I was not going to let that happen, and so I don't think it wasn't just me. It was Patriots passing in the night and divine intervention. I finally talked to the guy on Tuesday, and I thought I had made some headway with him with the tip, and he went radio silent Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and I started to see that this was going to be a war of attrition. And all we had at this point was the R-rated, bulging gray thing from above. And I just know that if you give the media and the Democratic Party enough time, they'll just say it's just about the gray thingamabob, and there will be bumper stickers that say it's just about the gray thingamabob, and your cocktail parties, and they go, you're one of those Republicans who's obsessed with gray thingamabobs. How dare you let him send those things. This is his way of expressing himself. This is his creativity. This is what Jacques Chirac was doing for years, sending bulges to his European paramours. That's what they do in Europe. They're so sophisticated. How dare you? And that's actually the line that Alec Baldwin has been passing around at the Huffington Post. How dare you? This is a modern man. Well, his genitals are certainly aerodynamic. That wax job, I tell you. I've seen the photos. It's not I'm not sure women like that look, to be honest with you. There's a different category of it's weird stuff, weird modern age. And finally, Friday, when I felt, what if we go through this weekend and they just pretend that it's over? We're just going to be a split nation, saying, we were right, we nailed Rep. Weiner. He'd be still in office, and they would have figured out something. They said it's just about the gray bulge. And out of nowhere, late Friday afternoon, I get a text from a number saying, I've got the pictures and I want to show them. And I was like, oh my God, this is unbelievable. And we sent her up to New York City, hooked her up with ABC News. They did an interview, a package, because we needed to show the world that this is a sympathetic and a decent human being. We got the photos, and we decided to do the acorn drip, drip, drip on Monday. And think about it, if you were Congressman Weiner, and you were digging in, all they have is the bulge, and they're polling, and people are starting to realize that the bulge isn't that bad, and who cares, and it's not that big of a deal. And she sends me these 4 photos, and one of them is XXX, and one of them is him sitting in his desk, sitting on his desk with his shirt off, with Huma on over one shoulder, and Bill Clinton over the other shoulder. And did anyone see Animal House? Do you ever remember in Animal House when like the frat guys, like, you know, they're drunk, there's a drunk girl there and the devil gets on one shoulder and says, and then the angel says, no, don't do it, don't do it. I mean, Bill Clinton's over one shoulder and Uma's over another shoulder. I'm like, I can't believe this story. This is freaking me out. This is cinematic. And we did one photo. The first thing we did at 6 in the morning was saying there's a woman, she's coming forward. Can you imagine what Anthony Weiner's thinking at that point? And we're going to start showing photos. We didn't say how many photos, like the acorn thing, because he knows he's been sending this thing out profligately to whomever. And so we put the first one where he was holding the maid. And that was because the girls, like, I remember him talking to a congressman in his own office. He goes, yeah, absolutely. Want me to prove it to you? Me! And he sent it to her on taxpayers' money. Yeah. Isn't that nice? Congressman Wiener. The second one was the one with the kitty cats, which was just kind of creepy. He looked like Christian Bale in American Psycho.